Martin Masry from masterquery.com, and in this video we're going to talk about data fields. We're going to teach you how to read them and what they mean. Okay, so let's load the standard ones. There's date, symbol, open, high, low, close, volume, and change. Those data fields are the only data fields in the system that do not have a time part. There's just a description or a descriptor. That's all they have. Okay, let's move to our first category. Change. Change 1 week. Change 1 week. So change is the descriptor. 1 week is the time part. Now once you learn how to read one data field, you'll know how to read them all. They're all in the same format. So change 1 week is the difference in price going back 1 week. Now it's really important to understand that it's not the current week. So if it was a Wednesday, it doesn't mean change for the current week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. What it means is the change going back Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's going back a week. Okay? And we have our date parts are day, week, month, quarter, and year. So if I wanted to see the change for the month, it's going back a month, quarter, and so on. Okay, let's go ahead and show you some data. Change for the week. I'll go ahead and I'll apply some kind of filter. So change greater than $2. Alright, so we see Apple had a really good week. 17.18. So it was up 17.18 for the week. Okay, now the next one is you can do it by percentage. So let's go ahead and use the same time part. We'll do weekly. And we'll see that Apple is $17.18 represented 8.95% of his value. Okay, so he went up for the week 8.95%. Okay, so that's change and change percent. Okay, the next one you probably haven't seen. Alright, is change open 1 day. How much did the stock change from the previous day's close to that day's open, or a gap? So let's go ahead and run that. Alright, we see that Apple is change open 1 day was 133. So the previous day was 202.10, and it opened the day at 203.43 for a difference of $1.33. Of course, it could have negative too. It could open down. In this particular example, his previous day was 196.98, and his open was 195.76, and he was down $1.22. That's you could use this to maybe say show me stocks that were up 50 cents and closed up $2. It was strong all day. We have a system query that it's down 50 cents and it closed up, so it recovered. So it could be interesting. Alright, so that's change open 1 day. Alright, next on our list, change streak 1 day. Change streak 1 day is the, let's go ahead and run it, is the amount of consecutive days the stock was up or down. So in this case, Apple has a streak of 5. So you can see, if you can go back to the 5th record, going forward, it is 5 consecutive days of positive change. Now down here, we see it had 6 consecutive days of losses. So it's a streak. So how many consecutive days up or down? That's change streak 1 day. Okay. Now the next one is close down. So I'll load a couple of these. Say close down 20 day, and close down 60 day, and 250 day. Okay, I'll run that. So what this tells you is how many days the stock closed down for that time part. So here you see that his close down 20 day, he was down 10 out of 20. So that would also imply that he was even or better the remainder, the other 10. So in 60 day, he was down 27 of the past 60 trading days. the remainder, 33, he was even or better for 33 of them. So 20 day represents approximately a month. There's about 20 trading days a month, 21, 22. 60 days is a quarter, 250 days is a year. So that is closed down for the day. Closed down for the time part. Alright. So next one is moving average. I'll go ahead and I'll load, say, a 50-day moving average. Everybody should be familiar with moving averages. It's just a simple moving average. It's the average of the close going back the time part. In this case, it's 50-day. So I won't spend too much time talking about that. Alright, so moving average streak, let's throw that in there. I'll use the same time part, 50-day. So I'll go ahead and run that. Alright, what we see here is that Apple is currently on a moving average streak of his 50-day for 4 consecutive days. So you can see that his close is 209 and his moving average is 197. So that's over. That's over his moving average. So, and he's done that for 4 consecutive days. Now, if you notice down here, he had, I'll put this a little bit more into view. He had on this date 187 consecutive days above his moving average, his 50-day moving average. So with this application, it's really easy to see stocks that have just crossed their moving average. So in this case, I could just say, show me stocks where the moving average for that particular time part is -1. That means they were above and now they're below. If I want the opposite of that, I could say, show me stocks that the moving average is 1. So now they've crossed the moving average in an upward direction. Okay, so that's moving average. Alright, that's your streak. Okay. Alright, the next on the list is price level. Let's talk about price level. Price level for the day. We talked about this in the first video, and we'll give it a little refresher. Price level is the close in relation to the high minus the low. For example, if a stock had a high of 11 and a low of 10, the difference or the spread is $1. By the way, that's the next category. The spread is $1. So the price level, if it were to close at 1050, right in the middle of the high and the low, the percentile would be 50%. So his price level would be 50. So if I'm looking for stocks that are, say, at the high, I'm looking for price levels of 100. If I'm looking for stocks that are at the low, I'm looking for stocks that are at 0. Or near 0, I could say, less than 10. Or greater than 90. Or whatever you want. If you want it in the middle, you could say between 40 and 60. So that's price level. So I'll go ahead and I'll run that. So you see that Apple, his current price level is 94. He closed that day at 94. And this, of course, it's by the time part. You could have price levels for the week, for the month, for the quarter, for the year. So it gets kind of interesting. Again, you can mix and match these columns, these fields, these data fields to get to your results. You could very easily say, show me stocks that the price level for the year is low, say under 20, and the price level for the month is 80 or greater. So that would imply that it's the stock has been beaten down for the year, but it's making a very strong comeback. Doesn't mean it's going to continue to go in that direction, but at least for the moment, going backwards, that's what it's saying. That it was down and now it's coming back. All right, so there's your price level. Okay, all right, so YouTube cuts me off, so we're going to have to do this data fields in two parts. I only get 10 minutes on YouTube. So I'm going to do part 2 for the data fields. So why don't you come back, go to our website, and load data fields part 2, and we'll talk about the rest of the data fields. Okay? Take care.